Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Tuesday night quiz night. If you're out there, let us know who you are. All right, good. Hello, Jude. And Michael. Who else we got out there? People logging in and coming in on the chat. People are up there. Stephen. Evening, Stephen. Evening, Jeanette. Woof for cutting. I was thinking some people may be having some problems here because we seem to have a lot more. Oh, Carolyn Davies on high. You want another way though? I take it. I've still got another couple at least. Right, so Stacey's not on. What about Richard? Right. Thanks, June. I don't know about our Dawn, so give another minute or so and see if we get anybody else. I'll give you the subjects for tonight's quiz. Got round one is general knowledge as usual. 2 is words. 3 is pop. 4 is TV. 5 is sport. 6 is famous people. 7 is geography. 8 is Disney. 9 is bells and whistles. And 10 is true or false. That's your subjects for tonight. So we've got a little more time, see if there's anybody else coming through. If not, then we've just got the 3 teams, so it's a straight 3-header. Look on the bright side, you'll at least get bronze. Okay, we'll just crack on. If anybody joins late, then I can always go through the questions. Here, we'll start with question 1 on general knowledge. How is the number 10 represented in Roman numerals? How is the number 10 represented in Roman numerals? Question 2. In which city would you be if you were standing on the Spanish Steps? In which city would you be if you were standing on the Spanish Steps? Question 3. Released in 1981, what was the title of the first Indiana Jones film? Released in 1981, what was the title of the first Indiana Jones film? Question 4. What is the most common surname in the United States? What is the most common surname in the United States? Number 5. What was the name of the crime boss who was head of the feared Chicago outfit? What was the name of the crime boss who was head of the feared Chicago outfit? Okay, round 2 is on words. All the answers begin with the letter Z. Words beginning with Z. Or Zig, if there's any Americans out there. Number 1, the American name for a courgette. American name for a courgette. Question 2. The 6th letter of the Greek alphabet. 6th letter of the Greek alphabet. Excuse me. Question 3. A musical instrument most notably played on the soundtrack for the film The Third Man. Musical instrument played on the soundtrack for the film The Third Man. Number 4, a fitness program that involves cardio and Latin-inspired dance. Fitness program that involves cardio and Latin-inspired dance. And number 5, a light wind named after the Greek god of the west wind. A light wind named after the Greek god of the west wind. That's your first 10 questions. When you've got your answers down, just send us a ready. As June wastes no time, she's ready. Stephen's ready. Just waiting on Eddie. Yes, Eddie, ready. Okay, the answers is general knowledge. 10 in Roman numerals is X. You're standing on the Spanish Steps, you'd be in Rome. Title of the first Indiana Jones film was Raiders of the Lost Ark. Most common surname in the United States, same as here, it's Smith. And the name of the crime boss who was head of the feared Chicago outfit was Al Capone. Words begin with a Z. The courgette is a zucchini in America. Sixth letter of the Greek alphabet is Zeta, Z-E-T-A. Musical instrument played on the soundtrack for the film The Third Man was a zither, Z-I-T-H-E-R, zither. A fitness program that involves cardio and Latin-inspired dance is Zumba classes. And the light wind, named after the Greek god of the west wind, is a Zephyr. There's also a Ford car at one time, I believe. Well, you got your scores, send them through. Ready? 9. June 9. Stephen 7. Okay, we're going to round 3 on pop music. The Doors is this week's little sideline. Question 1. Who's the lead vocalist with the American band The Doors? Who was the lead vocalist with the American band The Doors? Question 2. Green Door was the number one hit in 1981 for which male singer? Green Door was the number one hit in 1981 for which male singer? Excuse me. Question 3. Who had a hit in 1973 with Knocking on Heaven's Door? Who had a 1973 hit with Knocking on Heaven's Door? Question 4. Which British band had a hit in 1976 with Living Next Door to Alice? Which British band had a hit in 1976 with Living Next Door to Alice? Alice? Who? Anyway, that was it. That was a hit in 1976. The original, wasn't it? Question 5. Which country singer had a 1973 top 20 hit with the song Behind Closed Doors? Which mainly country singer had a 1973 top 20 hit with the song Behind Closed Doors? Right, question 4 is on TV. Cops, TV Cops. Question 1. Which actor played both lawyer Perry Mason and disabled detective Ironside? Which actor played both lawyer Perry Mason and wheelchair-bound detective Ironside? Question 2. After his car accident in 2006, Police Inspector Sam Taylor reawakens in 1973. In which 2006 TV series? After his car accident in 2006, Police Inspector Sam Taylor reawakens in 1973. In which 2006 TV series? Question 3. Which US TV detective had served a term in San Quentin prison after being wrongly convicted of armed robbery? Which US TV detective had served a term in San Quentin prison after being wrongly convicted of armed robbery. Question 4. Who loves you, baby? Was the catchphrase of which TV detective? Who loves you, baby? Was the catchphrase of which TV detective? And question 5. What is a common link between the following TV detectives? Hazel, Rockford, Taggart, and Bergerac. There's a common link between the following TV detectives: Hazel, Rockford, Taggart, and Bergerac. When you've got your answers down, senders are ready. Okay, tunes ready. Ooh, Eddie's ready. And it's Stephen ready. Excuse me. Okay, question 3 on pop. Lead vocalist with The Doors was Jim Morrison. Green Door was the #1 hit for Shakin' Stevens. Knocking on Heaven's Door was a hit in '73 for Bob Dylan. Hit in '76 with Living Next Door to Alice was Smokey. And the country singer had a top 20 hit with Behind Closed Doors was Charlie Rich. Charlie Rich. Excuse me. TV Cops. The actor that played both Perry Mason and Ironside was Raymond Burr. His car accident, Police Inspector Sam Taylor reawakens in 1973. That was Life on Mars. The TV detective who had served a term in San Quentin prison was Rockford in the Rockford Files. Who loves you, baby? Was the catchphrase of Kojak. And the common link between the detectives Hazel, Rockford, Taggart, and Bergerac, they all have the first name James or Jim. It's James Hazel, Jim Rockford, Jim Taggart, Jim Bergerac. When you got your scores, send them through. Oh, excuse me. Frog in my throat. Eddie 5 is 14. Stephen 8 is 15. And June 8 is 17. We've got June out in the lead by 2 points from Stephen, who's 1 point ahead of Eddie. And we'll go to June's favourite, question 5 on sport. Good guessy one, June. Even if you don't know, you can have a good guess, the 50-50. Which England managers presided over the most games? Which England managers presided over the most games? First one, Roy Hodgson or Fabio Capello? Who was England manager for the most games? Roy Hodgson or Fabio Capello? Two, Glenn Hoddle or Graham Taylor? Glenn Hoddle or Graham Taylor? Three, Ron Greenwood or Bobby Robson? Ron Greenwood or Bobby Robson? 4, Terry Venables or Kevin Keegan? Eltel or KK? Venables or Keegan? Number 5, Don Revie or Steve McLaren? Don Revie or Steve McLaren? A lot about England, the England managers. That may be quite easy, maybe quite hard. If you know nothing, June, you can have a good guess. All 50-50. Okay, question 6 is famous people. These are famous people whose surnames begin with F. F for Freddie. Foxtrot. Number 1, a British entertainer and presenter, 1928 to 2017, was married to Anthea Redfern and former Miss World Wilhelmina Mercedes. Something like that. British entertainer and presenter, born 1928, died 2017, was married to Anthea Redfern and former Miss World Wilhelmina Mercedes. There you are, but June. You're right or wrong, you've got an answer. Question 2. An actress, star of such films as Cat Ballou, 9 to 5, and Clute. Actress, star of such films as Cat Ballou, 9 to 5, and Clute. Question 3. English physicist and chemist, inventor of the first battery. English physicist and chemist, inventor of the first battery. These all have surnames beginning with F for Foxtrot. Number 4. 22-year-old Man City and England midfielder. 22-year-old Man City and England midfielder. Number 5. British actress, born in 1966, and starred in many TV series including Happy Valley, Benidorm, Downton Abbey, and The Lock. British actress, born in 1966, starred in Happy Valley, Benidorm, Downton Abbey, and The Lock. When you've got all the answers down, send us already, and we'll go through said answers. Stephen ready? June ready? Here's our kid ready. Okay, sport. Which England manager has presided over the most games? Excuse me. Hodgson or Capello? It was actually Hodgson. 56 games. Capello was only 42. Hoddle or Taylor? It was Graham Taylor. 38. Hoddle only did 28. Greenwood or Robson? Great Bobby Robson. 95. Greenwood had 55. Terry Venables or Kevin Keegan? That was Terry Venables, 24. Keegan only 18. And Don Revie or Steve McLaren? Actually, Don Revie at 29. McLaren, like Keegan, only had 18. The famous people, surnames begin with an F. British entertainer, married to Anthea Redfern and Will Neely Merced, was Bruce Forsyth. Actress, star of such films as Cat Ballou, 95, and Clute, was Jane Fonda. The English physicist and chemist, inventor of the first battery, was Michael Faraday. 22-year-old Man City and England defender, Phil Foden. And the British actress, born 1966, starred in Happy Valley, Benidorm, Downton Abbey, and The Lock. You know, loads of things, but her name doesn't quite trip off the tongue the way some do. It's actually Siobhan Finneran. Siobhan Finneran. The mother in the Garvey family in Benidorm. Sarah Lancashire's former alcoholic sister in the great what was it, Happy Valley. Watched the new series, brilliant, the new series. Happy Valley. Right, scores 86 gives you 20. Stephen 7 gives you 22. June 10, 27. You can half guess good on sport, June. Eh? Okay, so we've got June way out in the lead on 27, Stephen on 22, Eddie on 20. Okay, we're on to question 7, which is on geography. Geography, rivers. Name the river that flows through the following capital cities. Name the river that flows through the following capital cities. First one, Cairo. Cairo. Two, Paris. Paris. Three, Dublin. Dublin. What to make the wonderful Guinness with? Number 4, Buenos Aires. Buenos Aires. Number 5, Washington, D.C. Washington, D.C. Hey, question 8 is on Disney. First part. In which city is Disney's European theme park located? In which city is Disney's European theme park located? Question 2. What well-known Disney character have both Glenn Close and Emma Stone played? Well-known Disney character have both Glenn Close and Emma Stone played. Question 3. What colour are Mickey Mouse's shoes? What colour are Mickey Mouse's shoes? Question 4. Speaking of Mickey Mouse, what was he originally named? Mickey Mouse, in the first drafts of the first cartoon series, he had a different name. It wasn't Mickey Mouse. What was it? Question 5. I'll Make a Man Out of You is a song from which movie? I'll Make a Man Out of You is a song from which movie? Disney movie, obviously. When you've got all the answers down, senders are ready. June's ready. Stephen's ready. And Eddie's ready. Okay, geography. The rivers that flow through the cities. Cairo is the River Nile. Paris, the River Seine. Dublin, the wonderful River Liffey. Buenos Aires, the River Plate, Rio del Plata. And Washington, D.C., the River Potomac. Potomac. Let me see if this has got anything to do with the quiz. No, it hasn't. 8 on Disney. In which city is Disney's European theme park located? That's in Paris. Disney character both Glenn Close and Emma Stone played. That's Cruella de Vil from 101 Dalmatians. Mickey Mouse's shoes are yellow. Mickey Mouse was originally called Mortimer Mouse. In the original drafts by Walt Disney, it was called Mortimer Mouse. And I'll Make a Man Out of You is a song from Mulan. Mulan. Excuse me, when you've got your scores, send them through. Eddie 8 gives you 28. Excuse me. Stephen 7 gives you 29. June 7 gives you 34. So there's June retaining that 5-point lead as we go into your last 2 rounds. Number 9, bells and whistles. Bells and whistles. Question 1. What is the well-known nickname for the Great Bell of the Great Clock of Westminster? What is the well-known nickname for the Great Bell of the Great Clock of Westminster? Excuse me. Question 2. In what decade did the BBC's The Old Grey Whistle Test music show begin? What decade did the BBC's Old Grey Whistle Test music show begin? Question 3. In which American city will you find the symbol of independence, the Liberty Bell? In which American city will you find the symbol of independence, the Liberty Bell? Question 4. The term whistle and flute is Cockney rhyming slang for what? The term whistle and flute is Cockney rhyming slang for what? Question 5. Which part of the human body is affected by Bell's palsy? Which part of the human body is affected by Bell's palsy? Question 10 is true or false. This could make all the difference. Some good ones here. I like some of these. True or false? Question 1. The process to elect Liz Truss as Prime Minister lasted longer than she was actually Prime Minister. The process to elect Liz Truss as Prime Minister lasted longer than she was actually Prime Minister. True or false? Excuse me. Question 2. The cross between a horse and a zebra is called a hobra. The cross between a horse and a zebra is called a hobra. True or false? Also true. Question 3. Australia is wider than the moon. True or false? Australia is wider than the moon. Question 4. Spaghetto is the singular form of the word spaghetti. True or false? Spaghetto is the singular form of the word spaghetti. And question 5. Hippo sweat is a red colour. The sweat of a hippopotamus is a red colour. True or false? False or true? You've got all the answers down. Senders are ready. We'll go through your last ones. See if anybody can hold back the 5 points on June. She accumulated in the sport round, would you, Adam and Eve it? Right, June's ready. Stephen's ready. Yes, Eddie, ready. Okay, our answers. Question 9, bells and whistles. Nickname for the Great Bell of the Great Clock of Westminster, Big Ben. The old grey whistle test began in the 70s, 1971. The Liberty Bell you'd find in the city of Philadelphia. The term whistle and flute refers to a suit, a dress suit. Which part of the body is affected by Bell's palsy? That's the face. The face. True or false? The process to elect Liz Truss as Prime Minister lasted longer than she was actually Prime Minister. That's true. The cross between a horse and a zebra is called a hobra. That's false. Apparently, a male zebra and a female horse is called a zorse. And a female zebra and a male horse is called a zonky. So, there's a couple of things I didn't know. Australia is wider than the moon. That's true. The moon's 3,400 kilometers in diameter, whereas Australia, east to west, is almost 4,000 kilometers. Spaghetto is a singular form of the word spaghetti. That's actually true. You get one spaghetto, more than one, it's spaghetti. And hippo sweat is a red color. That's true as well. So, when you've got your final scores, send them through. Eddie, round 9. Gives you 37. Stephen, 7 gives you 36. And June, tried your best to dip out there, June, with a 5, but that gives you 39. Still keeps you at a 2-point lead. So it's June, your winner's on 39. Eddie, second on 37. Steve Jeanette on 36. Well done, June and Mick. Who would have ever thought your sport round was your bonus round there, June, eh? You'd never believe it. Okay, I hope you all enjoyed that. If you did, we'll see you next week. Same back time, same back channel, as they used to say. Thank you all very much for watching in. Look after yourselves. Hopefully see you all next week. Good night now.